Now, how many times have you guys gotten in a vehicle and you guys are just driving, going to run some errands, going to go to the mall, going to just pick up some food, and then while you're driving, your phone starts getting some texts. And in the midst of it, you're just like, oh, okay, what, nothing will happen if I just answer real fast. It's like 3 seconds. But in that 3 seconds, do you know how many times someone has lost control of their vehicle just by looking at their phone in those 3 seconds? My name is Jasmine Mahboubi, and today I will be talking to you about why texting and driving is no good. We should not do it. Okay, to start off, there are 3 types of distractions. One is manual, one is cognitive, and one is visual. A manual distraction are those where you move your hand away from the steering wheel, where you kind of basically go grab something really fast. You're still holding the one hand, you're trying to grab something with the other. That's basically your manual distraction. Your visual distraction is where your eyes sway from the road and your eyes start grabbing other places' attention. Basically meaning they pretend you're on the road and you start to see some cool carnival on the side and you're just looking at it, just going like this. And then when you look to the front of you, you're like almost basically about to hit the car and you hit the brakes. So that's a visual distraction. A cognitive distraction is when your mind wanders away from the task of driving. So basically, like, you could be looking at the road, and I do this sometimes too. You could be literally looking at the road and your mind wanders off somewhere, and that's when, in like 10 seconds later, you're like, oh my God, like, wait, what was I just doing? You know, like, you just kind of wander off and your mind doesn't even think that you're driving. So that's cognitive. And then one main one we'll be talking about today is basically manual distraction, where your hands are taken off the steering wheel and they're basically put somewhere else where they should not be at all. One main thing about texting or driving, you could say, is teens who parents drive distracted are 2 to 4 more times likely to drive distracted as well. For example, I could use myself as an example because when I was younger, or not that young actually, I would be in my mid-18s, 16s, around that time, my mom would be driving, and my mom always, and I hate to say it, I hate to use her as an example, she is the worst when it comes to driving because she's always on her phone. And it is so bad. Each time I'm always going at it with her because I'm like, Mom, you're literally risking your life, my life, and someone else's life just because you want to go on your phone to text back your boss, or you need to text back a coworker, or you need to text back someone, or you need to change the song. And it's like, people like that, they are more likely to become more prone to going on their phone as well, because in a way, you kind of look up to your parents in that sense, you could say, where you're like, okay, well, if my parents are doing it, then it's fine that I do it because nothing has happened to them. And that's why it's more 2 to 4 times likely that the child is going to do it as well, because they're following their parents' footsteps. Now, the thing is, if the parents set a good example to their child while they're driving, then the child will not be so likely to basically be on their phone as well. They're learning it from their parents. That's kind of the base root of it all. They learn it from their parents, which is really bad. And the parents should be setting a good example as opposed to basically showing them the bad ways of how to do it. According to enddistracteddriving.org, it states that people are as impaired when they drive and talk on a cell phone as they are when they are driving intoxicated at the legal blood alcohol limit of 0.8%. Now, that says a lot, because that is equivalent to basically being legal drunk and you are texting and driving. That's literally in the same equation. And that is actually insane, because I cannot believe it's not illegal. You know what I mean? I can't believe that it's not illegal to be texting and driving. Sure, there's laws against it, but I feel like it needs to be more of a stricter law, because text messaging increases the risk of cars by 23 times. And according to another website that I found, it's Ed Snyder Associates, it mentions that nearly 390,000 injuries occur from each year by texting while driving. 390,000. That says one out of every 4 car accidents in the United States is caused by texting and driving. 3,166 people have been killed by distracted driving in 2017. There are also 34,247 distracted driving accidents. It's not anyone that was killed in those 34,000, it's just accidents itself. Also mentioned, in that 34,247 driving accidents, 15,341 of those were the ages between 15 to 29. They were driving while using their phone and they got into an accident. The age is from 15 to 29. Those are, first of all, the age 15, you should not even be driving on the road, but they are anyways. And of that, to 29, people are just driving recklessly. I feel as though people have become so easy to basically just always be on their phone, out and about. It's made it easy to stay connected to everyone, but that can also impose very serious safety risks for you, for the passenger you're with, and whoever else is on the road. Just by answering a simple email or text that could wait. You could text that person later. You can reply to the email later when you are parked up. I'm sure you will not be driving for days straight. I'm sure you will come to your destination. It could be 5 minutes from your house. You do not need to go on your phone to text while driving. It's not safe. My main question to those who are watching this video, my main question to you is, you have family members. You are someone's brother. You are someone's daughter. You are someone's grandson. You are someone's father or mother or whatever it may be. Now, do you really want to risk you being gone from this earth or someone else being gone from this earth due to your actions of not being able to stop being on your phone? A law has been enforced according to GHSA, the Governor's Highway Association, Safety Association. It mentions that in 21 states, including the Guam, U.S. Virgin Islands, it prohibits all drivers using handheld cell phones while driving. If an enforcement police sees you on your cell phone, they are able to pull you over and have you giving you a ticket and you're held to court. So now my question is to you. Do you want to go through the hassle of going to court, God forbid, getting into an accident, then going to maybe even jail time if you kill the person, all because you didn't want to wait that extra 30 seconds or that extra 10 minutes from being home or being at your final destination to delivering that text? Do you really believe it was worth it, sending that text in that moment while you were driving, for you to be going through all this? Now you think about that, and then you decide what you want to do with that answer. And if you say yes, then clearly the driving path is not for you at all. And if you say no, then next time, please tell your child, tell your sister, tell your brother, anytime you see anyone on their phone while you are in their passenger seat, please inform them of this, that it is not good, it is not safe, and it will not allow someone's son, child, father, or mother to be able to come home to their family. Thank you.